Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. As you already know, this is going to be a U.S. General 5-drawer tool cart with side tray and deep compartment. Okay, this is going to be segment part 8 to the storage unit walkthrough. Okay, as I always state, as usual, I always keep my signature lingering somewhere in the background, my Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Okay, there's going to be a few things I'm going to cover. I'm not really dealing with too much battery life at the moment, but I am going to try to run through a few things, and basically whatever I do not cover today, I'll more than likely catch it tomorrow and put it in a full range video. But right now I am going to run through quite a few things, so we're going to jump right into it. Okay, in today's video, what I'm going to start off first with, got a new subscriber in the last couple of videos. I believe there's 2 videos that I actually put the socket in, which I did put it in, not just the last video I uploaded today, but the video that I uploaded yesterday, okay, about a special socket that I came across, which you can see here, okay. And as you can see, you know, it's threaded to a certain depth inside the socket. Okay, the lighting is a little bit better today, okay, so that you can get a good clear look of what the socket is basically made of, okay. And this is the measurement size of the socket, which is a 1/2 inch drive, okay. um One of the comments that I got earlier on that particular video, um a subscriber suggested that mainly more it may be possibly a wheel lock removal socket. Okay, not for nothing, I actually have 3 different sets of wheel lock key removal sets. And both sets, 2 of the sets are Stillman Pros, which are 2 of the same exact sets. I actually have one for the shop, and I actually have one for my own personal use. And in previous past videos, I have demonstrated the other master wheel lock key and removal set. Okay, I actually do have one of the wheel lock key sets with me here today at the storage, so I'm gonna get that out so that I can show a comparison of basically what the subscriber was talking about, testically compared to, you know, what the wheel lock removal set looks like in the units that come in it. Okay. Okay, as you can see here, this is one of the particular kits that I have. I actually have a double of this kit. I have one right here, and then as you can see, that red box right there is the other one. Okay. Um, as you can see, the part number on here is 75032. This item is made in Taiwan. As you can see, it is a 9-piece wheel lock removal kit made by Stillman. So I'm gonna get the blow molded case open so that we could take a good look at the contents testically compared to this socket right here. Okay, I'm basically doing this demonstration because I've been trying to figure out and find out. I can't tell who basically designs the socket because it doesn't tell or give a specific brand, but as you can see, it only shows, you know, what the socket is made out of and its measurement size, which is a 1/2 inch drive, and the socket is impact graded. Okay, so as you can see here is a chart, and basically for each unit that is here, it has its own part number, just in case technically you didn't need the whole set. You can order, you know, each unit individually as you need them. Okay, so here is the punch that comes in the set, but we want to take a look at these sockets. Okay, and as you can see, there's no threading to the inside of these sockets. Okay, Okay, as you can see. Now, what I was trying to explain is a socket like this, okay, why it definitely could not have been a wheel lock removal socket is due to the threading on the inside of the socket, and you can see how far the threading extends itself towards the inside of the socket. Today I'm getting a little bit better light where that you can actually get a good visual. So I was mainly more assuming that this socket is basically designed to rethread um, axles, or if it's not designed to rethread axles, the socket is designed to lock into something and basically pull something. As you can see, it would turn on. I know that this is not a socket to remove wheel locks because of the threading on the inside. You wouldn't hammer this onto a rounded off fastener or a rounded off wheel lock or lug nut in order to remove it, because basically it would damage the threading to the inside of the socket. Okay, so this is what I testically want to show in comparison to what a real wheel lock key removal set is, because these are the type of sockets that you would hammer on, and then you would use the center punch once the wheel lock is basically removed to get the wheel lock from out of the socket. In some cases, when people find rounded off lug nuts, just hypothetically speaking, say you take a 17 millimeter, okay, and it was rounded off at a 17 millimeter, and the socket is just basically spinning. The next following size that you would basically be trying to hammer on to get the most tighter measurement would be a .5 type socket, which would be a 16.5. But I don't have sockets in those measurements that give a .5 measurement. Like you have some extractors that have those particular type measurements, but I don't know how high in size that they basically go. To give a good example um, of the design of extractors, turbo sockets, and extract and moving sockets, as you can see up here, is a set of Milwaukees. See, so therefore the design is different because it's more shaped like flower petals. Okay, and most turbo sockets, Blue Point makes a good set. I don't know if they go that high in size. I'm not quite sure what brand actually goes that high in size, because I technically don't run into the issue all the particular time. Okay, the other Stillman set that I basically have is a different type of set that comes with spline applications. If you didn't see the video, I'll leave the video in the link in the description, where that when I was in shop one day performing, I actually think that I put out maybe 2 to 3 videos on the other set, but I would have to go into my history to find them. Okay, so just to shed a little light on that real quick. So once again, if there's somebody out there who basically can identify the socket, and you have some type of knowledge upon what the socket is basically used for, drop a comment. Now let's get to it. Okay, there were some things that I wanted to get across in one of the last previous videos. When it comes to the younger technicians, getting into the game when you first start off, and you don't have a lot of money, and you just starting off, and you're trying to make money, and you're not really trying to put yourself in too much debt. But there's going to be some equipment that's going to be required of you. Not all shops that you come to will pay for your tools, depending upon when you're coming out of school and you get a tool budget and so on and so forth. Like when I went to school for automotive service technician, I was given a couple of tools once I finished the courses, but I wasn't really given no tool budget or anything like that. Before I actually went to school for automotive service, I was already working on cars previously. Okay, so I already had a long list of line of tools. The tools that was given to me, which was some Mac tools, some Black Hawk Proto professional tools, what they gave me? They gave me Mac Proto and the Expert socket sets. Okay, which that Expert socket set is here running along, um, which is a semi-deep 3/8 drive that actually has no skips. I had that set roughly between 2011 and 2012 to now. As you can see, it's 2020. All right. But for the younger technicians, I want you to take notice to something, okay? Because there's a lot of videos, that I may have put out in the past. And yes, you see a lot of snap-on equipment. In this tool cart, there is some snap-on items, okay? Mainly more ratchets, not, there's with the exception of 2 sockets that are snap-on. At this very prior moment, 3 sockets actually that are snap-on, okay? But I just want you to get a good visual and understand what I want to show you right now. Okay, this tool cart is not the tool storage is really not a real high expensive tool storage. It is reasonable for the price that you pay for it and its quality and construction, okay? And basically, with all the sockets that you see lined out on the top, from the Torx on this side, okay, the magnetics that you see, with the exception of those 2 specialty sockets that you see in the back. This whole row right here is Tecton half-inch drive, okay? And then this second row right here is half-inch shallows. Then the next row is 3/8 drive, deep. Then underneath it is shallow with some Tecton Torx, okay? To this side, as you can see, the swivel impacts, which are Sunex, and then towards the back is Milwaukee thin walls. Then, like I just stated, the next size in chrome that you see is Expert sockets, a brand of Mac tools, okay, with a mixture over here in the next following row of a brand called Tech that comes from Advance Auto, okay. The 1/4 inch sockets that you see running along here also are Expert sockets and a mixture of the Tech Pros. The sockets that you do not see in this row that are missing are actually not missing. They're on a separate rail right here that I basically use when I'm walking around in the shop periodically to be able to attack a situation when needed without actually having to come to the cart, okay? But the example that I want to explain and show to the young technicians out there, when it comes to first getting in the game, and not to get discouraged or overwhelmed or peer pressured, to thinking that you have to have the highest top brand quality tools, when you first get in the field, okay, of brands such as so. Now, I'm not shooting at any of these brands because I do use these brands, but there's just the example that I want to give you and want to show you real quick, okay? Just as well as you see all of these sockets that are sitting at the top tray, right? Give me a second. Okay, as you can see, I just pulled out one set of my snap-on set, right? And the part number, as you can see, is 214SIMFMYA, okay? And this is a 14-piece metric deep impact socket set, okay, which is 3/8 drive, runs from 8 to 19, from 19 it skips to 21, then to 24 millimeter, okay. Now, basically what I want to show you and explain to you, when dealing with tool trucks and dealing with different type brand quality type tools, and when it's time to step up your equipment, right? this one particular set right here costs more than all the sockets that you see laying at the top of this chest. So I just want that to soak in real fast. Okay. Now, this is just the impact socket set right here, which is just 3/8 drive. Okay. I just explained basically, what impact sockets is sitting here at the top of the chest. And there are actually 3 different brands of impact sockets. Now, the Tecton don't come in 1/4 inch in deep and shallows. They only come in 1/2 inch drive, metric and ASCE standard, deep and shallows, and 3/8 drive, deep and shallows, metric and ASCE standard. So this is for what reason why I don't have the 1/4 inch set in this chest. But like I was stating, is the point that I'm trying to make is that for the price of just this one particular set costs more than all of these sockets. So you have to think, there's so many different tool brands out there, that's making good quality tools that can still get you through your job, you know what I'm saying? And make a little bit of money, get to upgrading your equipment, and, not to think about the tool storage right away, okay? I want to give you another quick example of something real quick. So just give me a second. Okay, another thing that I showed, in some previous videos, as you already seen, this particular set right here, which is a snap-on extra long double boxing ratchet and wrench set, right? That Snap-on provides. I didn't purchase this set from off the truck. I actually purchased this set from an outside platform. And even with me purchasing it from an outside platform, the set is still very expensive. Like, the people who have them, they're only going to come down but so much on a set like this. Okay, to give you the part number so that you understand what I'm talking about, the part number is XFRM705. Okay, now the thing is for the price of these, purchasing these, just coming into the game, and you don't have a lot of money and so on and so forth, this set right here is over $500 just for these 5 wrenches. So each wrench is basically $100 and some change a piece. Okay, now I want you to get a good visual and understanding and idea that for the price of these 5 wrenches, I could have went and bought 2 of these tool storages. Okay, and possibly got a couple of free tools with a couple of coupons and so on and so forth, and probably with a little bit of extra money over, I could have possibly bought another tool or 2, to help me get through what I need to get through until I'm capable of obtaining a few more other tools. You understand? So I just wanted to point that out also. Okay, now moving along. So now when you first come into the game, and my suggestion, what I would concentrate on first is getting me a good set of sockets, and you're gonna need a 1/4 inch ratchet, 3/8 drive ratchet, and a 1/2 inch drive ratchet. Okay, and my suggestion, I would basically look for the biggest general service set that's provided, that may possibly come with metric and ASCE standard sockets with no skips. And if you're fortunate enough that it actually comes with all 3 ratchets, some general service sets don't come with all 3 ratchets, but it's kind of a luck up if you do happen to run into a set like that, where that now you don't have to start buying these items individually. Okay, and with it coming not just with its sockets, some sets come with inverted um and internal and external torques. Okay, because another thing that I would like to point out, right, is that as you can see here, right, what you see are Torx. Now, those Torx that you see right there are not of an expensive brand. Those Torx are Craftsman's right there. Okay. So now I'm going to give you another good example. Okay, so now what you're looking at is 11-piece combination Torque Plus socket driver set. Okay, and if I can get the part number to focus in, which is 211EFTXTPY. Okay, and as you can see, this is 11-piece set right here, right? This one particular set right here is very, very expensive on the truck for these 13 pieces. Okay, this particular set right here is basically more than some normal standard socket sets. So you have to be mindful, in your selection of choice when first getting into the game. I can't technically remember what these was actually going for on the truck when I did pick them up, but I know that this set was over $300 and some change. Okay, these sockets is very, very expensive, and there's actually another set that's over this set. I believe it's a 13-piece set, and that set ranges close to $400, if not $400, I believe. Okay, so when I'm showing you this, which is a snap-on testically compared to that Torque set, just give me a second, because I'm going to show you something. Okay, here you have it, which is a Craftsman socket set, okay, which came in 42 pieces. In those 42 pieces, you did not just get 42 pieces of 3/8 drive, but you got a mixture of 1/4 inch and 3/8 drive, okay, in metric. And if you notice, it even came with a ratchet and extension, okay. And if you notice in the picture, it also comes with inverted external Torx, okay, which has a lifetime warranty. And you can see here which are the contents. It even comes with a screwdriver. So these are basically some items that you would technically need that you wouldn't necessarily have to purchase separately, that you could have basically got all in one set. When I purchased and picked up this set, and I actually had 2 of these sets just because I think I bought this set on sale for 20 something dollars. Okay, so you have to understand, this is 42 pieces right here that come with other items that are needed, which I already stated. A screwdriver, you get extensions, you get a 3/8 drive ratchet. Okay, it may not be, a tool truck brand quality tool. Okay, it's not the old school USA made, but it's just basically something to get you through your job. Okay, so that you make a little bit of money instead of thinking about jumping on a truck and trying to go here first without not having a lot of finances. So at the end of the day, you know, it's not all about the expensive high brand quality tool storages and so on and so forth. It's about the tools, because it's the tools that make the money. Okay. Okay. So right now, today I could have chose, to give a very long video, and go through and show a lot of different equipment, you understand, and show a lot of different things. As you can see, I got things jam-packed underneath the cart. The cart is basically, fully loaded. Don't think, I don't have unquality type tools or anything like that. Okay, throughout all the equipment that you see that I have, it's only obvious that I had to put in that footwork and get in that work in order to obtain, just what you see there. But when it's all said and done, you know, then what I really have to go through is, as you can see, okay, Like, I'm so loaded that going through everything, okay, is gonna take some time for me to get and break all the videos down into segments. So a lot of this stuff I will share tomorrow when I get the time. Okay, this is just, within the cabinet. As you can see, I have stuff all over the place. So there's a lot that I have to go through, but I'm only capable of recording for only but an hour's time. Okay. Okay, so basically, this is why I go so hard, to express and to explain, because, this video is mainly more geared for the individuals who are coming into the game fresh, and, they don't have, a true understanding of how the game actually works. Okay. But the bottom line is that tool storages don't make money. Tools do. And another thing is just because, you have high sophisticated equipment or high quality tool truck brand equipment doesn't necessarily mean, what I'm saying, that you're actually a professional technician or a professional mechanic. You understand? Or just because um, you have more knowledge, or you took more time in your craft to basically learn the features and the functions in a diagnostic scan tool, doesn't necessarily make you a master technician. Okay, so that's just basically what that's going to be on the day. All right, until tomorrow, until I get the time and I'm able to get back in, you know I'm going to have a lot of different things to go through. I'm going to have a lot of different things to talk about. Okay, I just basically need to get the time, make sure that my battery is fully charged, so I can assess what I'm gonna do while I'm recording. Okay, like I said, I just randomly be pulling out a device and just get the recording. I don't pre-plan anything or what I'm gonna say to the viewers. I don't sit around with cue cards or tripod stands or anything like that. Every video that I ever had put out, I put it out at the spirit of the moment, on a spontaneous. Okay, so until later, I'm gonna check you. Everybody have a blessed and safe one out there. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and hope that y'all all have a good weekend. Peace.